welcome back to another video. Happy holidays, and I'm so glad to be back with another Chats with Lisi. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's get it. Y'all know that whenever I bring up my iPad, it is a serious conversation. So, I haven't done a Chats with Lisi in a long time, and as I've said before, the reason why is because Chats with Lisi is based off of what the Holy Spirit gives me to confess. I am a Christian, which hence the title, My Journey as a Christian. And I just want to go over some things that as young adults we struggle with as Christians, especially in this society. My journey as a Christian has been a journey. It has been an up and down roller coaster. A lot of things I'm not happy about. I don't necessarily regret the things that I did in the past. I think those things that I went through and those things that I brought on myself were helpful into growing, maturing. I was a lukewarm Christian, meaning that I was in the world and I'm still going to church. And that's because I grew up on a foundation of going to church. Thankfully, my parents brought us up in church. But when you get out on your own, things change. You start to get curious and you start to wander off and you leave churches. If you move to another city like I did, I left my home church and for college reasons, and I didn't have a church to go to. I didn't have a church that I could continuously go to on Sundays. So therefore it led me to really be a lukewarm Christian. And so fast forward, I am a rebaptized Christian and I have fully dedicated my life to God. I'm going to share with you guys some things that I've struggled with, some things that I've dealt with as I'm transitioning into this full devoted active Christian. One thing I can say is the music. I listen to music a lot. I listen to music when I go to bed. I listen to music when I wake up. I listen to music during the day. I listen to music on a car ride when I'm driving. Most of the time I'm listening to music. And I didn't realize until I was about 23, 22 that music was actually affecting the way that I portrayed myself, my actions, and the way that I persisted in life, the things that I did, the decisions that I made. It just really played an effect. Anything that you pay attention to or listen to more in your days predetermines your attitude for the day, or predetermines how your attitude will be for that day, for that week, for that month, for a lifetime. Whatever you give the most attention to, regardless if you're listening, watching something, a show, listening to something, a podcast, music, doing something, working out, whatever you give a lot of your attention to pretty much determines what type of person you're planning on being as an adult, what type of person you're setting yourself as an adult. Just like with who you grow up with, just like with your parents, that's all part of the foundations. Those all create the foundation of who you are. I saw how music, trap music, rap music, y'all, I was listening to the whole 9 yards. I was listening to some trap music. I was listening to gospel, okay? When I said I was in the world and I had one foot in and one foot out, I was teeter-tottering. I was listening to gospel music while listening to trap music the next day. Like, I was going back and forth. And one thing you can't do with God is go back and forth. You have to decide if you're going to be in the world or you're not. And I learned that the hard way because I thought I could do both. And you can't. You cannot physically, mentally, you're not capable of doing both. As human beings, we're just not. Because you're always going to run into a wall if you do. If you try. So I saw how that was affecting my mindset. I saw how that was affecting how I was treating people, even my own family, my parents. Sometimes I would lash out of nowhere. Sometimes I would get angry or fed up out of nowhere. And I wasn't as patient. I wasn't as meek. I wasn't as humbling. I was very active than passive. I was quick to respond, quick to go off of my feelings, quick to react to my feelings. It was just, and then the gospel side, because I was listening to gospel music too. I was listening to contemporary gospel. It was like I was kind of giving bipolar vibes, because there would be days where I'm okay, I'm decent, I'm cool, I'm feeling holy, I'm feeling sanctified, I'm feeling redeemed. And then next thing you know, I'm popping off on somebody, or I'm just doing something erratic. And it's like, where is this stemming from? For me, it was music. So I had to cut out the music. I cut out the music, y'all. And I started deleting music that was just too worldly. Granted, I don't listen to all Christian music on my phone. I don't. But I realize what triggers me, and that takes maturity. That takes spending time with God. That takes having isolation, not being around other people, because other people will teeter-totter your mindset. Other people will change your mindset. Other people would tell you that you're crazy, you need to keep doing it this way, you know. And it's like, no, that's not the right way. I don't need to keep doing it this way. I had to spend a season in isolation, and there might be more seasons to spend in isolation. Not saying this is my last, but I had to put in the work. If I really wanted to see change within, I had to put in the work. I had to let God inside me. I heard the Holy Spirit more vividly and louder, because I was taking the time to spend time with God. It's a two-way street. You can't just ask God to come into your life and you're not doing the work. God's not going to just willingly do everything for us. He's not that type of God. You have to put in the work too. When I started deleting music, I started going through withdrawals. And it's crazy, because you think to yourself, like, no, I thought that was drugs. I thought you only withdraw if you are addicted to alcohol or you're addicted to pornography. You can have withdrawals to anything that gets the most attention out of you from day to day. You can have withdrawals. I ain't gonna cap y'all. It was hard. It still is sometimes. Not listening to YoungBoy, not listening to Rod Wave, not listening to, Nicki Minaj, not listening to Cardi B. Honestly, like, I deleted the music off my phone. I started feeling sad out of nowhere. I felt fulfilled with God, but my flesh was feeling empty. My flesh was like, I need it. I need this music. I need it. I need it. I need it. And it's like, no, you don't need it. You don't need this music. This music is not going to help you heal. This music is not going to help you become a better person. This music is not going to help you grow. If anything, this music is stagnating you. It's making you erratic. It's making you lash out when you don't need to lash out. It's making you sporadic. It's making you just do stupid stuff. Forget all the long dictionary words. It's making you do stupid stuff. You don't need to be praising God one day and then the next day listening to Gucci Mane, Lil Wayne, Lil Baby talking about drug, sex, and murder, when you were just praising God, who literally does not detests a lying tongue, detests murder, detests, these are part of the 10 Commandments. Why are you listening to something that you know God doesn't like? Another thing is small group. I feel like anybody who is trying to start going to church again, anybody who didn't have the foundation growing up but wants to get into church, needs to start with small group. And I mean a good small group. Not all small groups are great. I'm gonna be honest with you, not all of them are great. I had to learn that the hard way. It is what it is. Everybody's growing, right? Everybody has their own rates of growth. It just is what it is. But finding a great small group, finding the right small group for you, for what you're dealing with, for what you're going through, is essential when it comes to church. You can't just go to church a day out of the week and then think that that's it. Like, huh? We don't go to school once a day a week and think we're ready for the test. No, it's not how it works. You can't go to church one day out of the week and think that you're going to pass a test when God brings tribulations your way. You're going to fail because you weren't prepared adequately. Going to church is not just for the looks. It's not just for dressing up and seeing your friends. And I had to realize that the hard way too. It's not. Small group humbles you. It makes you be vulnerable with other Christians that are going through similar things that you are going through. It makes you see different perspectives, different outlooks in the Christian community. You will really feel like, wow, I'm not alone. You know, because I know for me, one problem was I wasn't going to small group because I wasn't going to church. So therefore, I felt even more alone and confused. So therefore, that led me to just doing whatever I wanted. That led me to just going to church because, hey, I have that foundation. I know I'm supposed to go, but not really going to church for the right reasons. Having the serenity and comfort to be around Christians, which goes back to small group, is essential. Is biblical. You can't do life alone. That's why we have friends. That's why we have family. That's why we have mentors and mentees. You can't do life alone. So why not do life with believers, with other believers who are also not perfect, who are also going through certain things that you're going through, similar things that you're going through, who are also in the same age group? Why not surround yourself with them so we can all grow? Sounds like a fair trade to me. Sounds like a good idea to me. When I learned small group, the significance of small group, it took me a minute because I didn't have small group growing up. I had Bible study. But y'all know, if you grew up in a Baptist church, Bible study was literally old folks, saying a scripture, flipping through the pages, saying scriptures, and then telling you what to do, and then that was it. It wasn't really a learning curve for younger kids, younger adults. It wasn't. And then eventually I thankfully was brought up in the realm of them separating adult Bible study from teenager, adolescents. It became a little bit easier because now there was a split between adults and teenagers and kids, so we could relate more, but it still wasn't as intentional as it should have been because it was still a very big group of us. So we couldn't really let it all out because it wasn't as intimate. But small group is small, okay? It's in the name. It's small and intimate, and you get to really show and share and love and be there for one another. And I promise you, if you're at the right church, it stays in the small group. It doesn't leave. And I love my small group because we're constantly giving us each other reassurance and holding each other accountable, which is essential because when you leave small group, you know, that's one day out the week, right? 2 days out the week, if that. When you leave small group, you have to have accountability. You have to have that group chat with that small group and be able to talk in that group chat and hold each other accountable and, you know, love on each other and give each other affirmations and things of that nature. Like, it just doesn't stop. And I'm so thankful and blessed that God doesn't give up on us. As hard-headed as we can be, as annoying, as diplomatic, as logical, as just stubborn we can be, he doesn't give up on us. We might think that he gave up on us, but he still has his arms wide open saying, child, where are you? I need you. I want you in my arms. I want to cover you. I want to protect you. Just come to me. And it's like the light bulb finally clicked in my head. I mean, finally. It took so much because I am hard-headed. And it took so much to shake up in my life just to realize, like, God, okay, I hear you and I'm listening. I'm not going back because I'm tired. I'm tired of the same cycle. I'm tired of the same test. I'm tired of the same crap happening in my life. I am tired. God, just take me. All right, I give up. I give in. I give in to your will. Just take me and hold me because I'm tired. And that's what had to happen to me, y'all. I was tired. I was so tired. I was tired of going through the same hurt. I was tired of getting pushed around and knocked down. I was tired. I mean, in this world, we will have conflict. In this world, we will have troubles, but not unnecessary trouble like that. A lot of stuff we cause on ourselves because we're just so daggone stubborn and hard-headed. Jesus will never fail us. Never fail us. Us as fleshly humans who, we have a fleshly side and we have a spirit side, our flesh feels like Jesus has disappointed us. But he will never, ever fail us. There are people in this world that have failed you time and time again. Don't care. Will pick up their stuff and walk away like it never happened. Will laugh it off and say, oh, well, good luck. Good luck figuring that out. But one thing I love about Jesus is I've seen time and time again in my personal life, because I'm getting to know him for him. I'm truly getting to know God. I'm not talking about my parents telling me about God, my family telling me about God, even the church telling me about God, but I'm getting to know him for myself. When you get to know Jesus for yourself, Jesus Christ for yourself, it's a different road. You take a different road with him. But he will never, ever fail us like people on this earth, because God is perfect and he has unconditional love for us all. What is meaningless in life, which I talked about the music, a lot of that music that I was listening to was meaningless. It was only corrupting my mind. What is meaningless in life can only corrupt our minds and lives, our character, our judgment. It can only do so. We have to figure out what is meaningless and what is not. But why put on all that burden on ourselves when we have a God who knows it all, who knows our life, who knows what's best for us? Why put all that burden on ourselves? Why put all that anxiety and all those questions? Oh, what is meaningless? What is not? Why put all of that on ourselves when we have a God who knows everything? You can just go to him and say, God, I give it to you. You know what's best for me. And that's what I did. I finally gave it to God. No, it's not easy. Yes, it's a continuous journey, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm feeling a lot better than what I did a couple months ago when I was doing it my way. I feel like people don't realize that friends can affect your trajectory in life. Friends you can easily get rid of than family. Family you can't really get rid of because you were born in the family. But friends you can step away from. There's always that word of show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And it's true. Who we hang out with, what we listen to, what we see and watch on a daily basis, who we're around on a daily basis determines our trajectory as a person. If we're going forward, if we're going horizontal, we're steady. We could be better, but we're steady. Or if we're just plummeting downwards. I really hope this resides with you guys. I hope to see you guys in my next video.